Welcome to beautiful Namotu Island in Fiji for another BWSurf instructional. Today we're going to show you how to change the strut bladder in your new kite. Okay, first thing we're going to do is to actually undo the tip of the strut down on the trailing edge side, and that's just held in with a little piece of Velcro, so you just find where that is, just inside there, and just pull that away. You can see where the square is there. Make sure the Velcro pulls away, and then that will actually unfold and pull all the way out, like so. That's perfect. Okay, so once you've done that, we just got to go and pop the valve through at the other end. Okay, nice and simple. Remove your hose, keep it to the side, pop your valve through. So 2 thumbs I find works better, just holding the strut from underneath. And that should, yeah, there we go, just pop straight through, great. Let's go back to the trailing edge side again. Okay, now that should just pull straight out. All right, when it gets to the end, the valve might be a little bit tricky to come out, or may not, might come out nice and easy like that. Okay, so you put your damaged one to the side. Okay, now similar to the leading edge, we need to actually run a line through so that we can pull the bladder through and then locate the valves. So we're going to need our plastic pipe again. Okay. Obviously it doesn't have to be as long because it's only a short little strut. We'll grab our line again. Okay, so we're going to put our kite line onto the PVC pipe to feed it through. Now there is a little trick. If you don't have some pipe or something thin that you can put through to locate the string, you can actually use the old bladder that's in the kite that you're going to remove. So in this case, you'd actually attach the kite line to the valve that's coming out, so that will feed the line through. If it's in the case of a leading edge, then you would actually attach the kite line to the end of the bladder itself, and then you'd pull the bladder out from the center of the kite, and that way it's still going to pull your line through. So if you don't have a pole, it's not the end of the world. You can still do it by using the existing bladder in the kite. Okay, so we've got a pole, so we're going to use this method. Tie him on there nice and snug. Probably stay there with just this little strut, but we'll put some tape on there anyway. Okay, just a little bit of tape. Okay, so now that's got to poke through this hole. Push it through, and voila. Okay, so we're just going to undo the kite line. Okay, and then yeah, I like to pull the pole through that way. Terrific. I might just pull that line back a little bit. Okay. Okay, so we've got our new bladder. And what we're going to do this time is we're actually going to attach the lark's head to the valve itself. Just want to make sure this little plastic sort of membrane here, protective membrane, just stays in position like that. Okay, so we're going to put that over the top and just pull that pretty tight. Okay, and we'll just try and pull that line through a little bit more again. There we go, that's good. Okay, now we just want to roll up the end of the bladder a little bit and just fold it inwards so that it will actually go in to the strut itself. Just push that through and just make sure you try and keep that valve as upright as you can. Okay. At this end, we just want to make sure our bladder stays as straight as possible too. Okay. Alrighty. And back up at this end, you may need to hold this trailing edge a little bit stiff too. It seems to be feeding through quite nice. Just pull that through, nice and easy, until you get to your valve. Beautiful. And you can just use that kite line to seat that valve. A little bit of light pressure, your valve's in, lark's head loop comes off. Then you're going to reconnect your hose. We've actually got the leading edge bladder out of this kite at the moment, but then you would reconnect your hose as normal, which would be, the clip goes over the hose, hose goes on nearly all the way. And then just pushing back and twisting, and that will go on perfect. Excellent. Okay, now back at the trailing edge of the kite. We just really want to tuck that in. Okay, so it's not sticking out, and then we tuck this one in as well. Back to its original position. The Velcro sits there. Just jiggle it so it's all nice and straight. And then we want to give it a little pump up test. Now we haven't actually got the leading edge bladder in this kite at the moment. So what you can do just to make sure that it's all seated correctly is make sure your hose clip is undone. Just pop your nozzle of your kite pump just into the rubber hose there. And just give them a pump up, just like so. And look at that, it's gone in perfect. And you can put that off as well if you like. So there we go. That's how to install a strut bladder on the new BWSurf Anima kite.